Welcome back to Impulse Plays. We've got another banger of a matchup here. Sick 10 land mono green Stompy versus kind of a classic rock build. Here with Crazy Carl Winter. How's it going, Carl?
Pretty good, pretty good. I would say this rock list is not super classic in that it plays.
No?
Let's pull it up. Yeah, let's take a look at it. So we've got the rock. We have pernicious deeds. We've got walls and stuff. But instead of birds of paradise and actual good creatures, we have blastoderms and
Mm.
ravenous bailoffs, which are going to be
That is interesting.
challenging for this stompy deck, I think.
Yeah, you don't really have right the one drop mana acceleration, but
Mhm.
you do have, Wall of Brutes, right?
Yep,
Um
exactly. So you still have a way to get to turn 3, 4 drops.
Mm. And the classic therapy duress sort of package, and
Yeah.
recurring nightmare to kind of go nuts.
Yeah. I've got a deranged tournaments. They're doing some kind of degenerate things there, and a Croson Tusker for some extra value. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's an atypical
Like more
rock
of a
list, but it's very much in the same vein, right?
Yeah, it's like a little bit bigger, a little bit slower, maybe more. I mean, well, rock is about as mid-rangey as you probably get, but this is
Oh yeah,
like mid-rangey plus.
yeah, exactly. Going up against the opposite of mid range, which is just straight up aggro, we've got Drew playing 10 land Stompy, which I didn't actually count the lands. I'm gonna believe you, Ben, when you said there were 10 lands,
I
but
I
they're
think I did. I think I did count them. There's
okay.
actually only 10.
Viewers at home, you can confirm for us that there's actually 10. I don't counting is hard. I'm not blocking right
And
now, so I don't have to do
lands,
any math.
the four land grants,
Hmm.
is playing, a bunch of the one drop accelerators for mana. Playing honest to goodness giant growth, which is
Hmm.
amazing. The full
Yep.
set of Rancor.
Yep.
Uh
Winter orbs.
excited
This
to
deck is super sweet. I love this deck.
excited to see what this can put together.
Yeah, let's just get into it. This is gonna be great. So we're gonna have Drew on the left playing Stompy, and Nate is getting into pre-modern. He's been just kind of borrowing decks from me as we've been going along, and he's playing my rock list, which is what we were looking at before. Nate had to mull the 6, and Drew just gets to start off with a Forest Elf. Like that's right up where you want to be, right? That's like the best opening that deck
That's
has.
that's that's the start, yeah. Ooh,
Yeah,
Treetop Village, nice.
Tapland. Oof.
It does seem like oh, there's a land grant, hand reveal. No secrets here. We're putting dorks into play.
Nate pointing out accurately that Skyshroud Elite, oh, the Skyshroud Elites plural are going to be 2/3s. Skyshroud Elite's a 1/1 that gets +1/+2 when your opponent has a non-basic land in play.
Yeah,
Oh
that
man,
card's awesome.
man, there's
Like
just
it, oh, did you you know, I do miss Kurt Ape not being in the format. That's another
yeah, pour one out for Cordape, but I didn't even notice he's got Sylvan Library in there. I didn't even see that in there, but apparently his Sylvan Library in there somewhere. Unless it's not a Sylvan Library I'm looking at, but uh
let's
Spectral
see.
Bears and Elephant Guide. Okay, so he goes for the Sylvan over creature.
Oh, interesting.
Nice wall there. That's going to
Like,
do a
well,
lot to
I
slow
was gonna say
down.
that the walls in this rock deck seem like they're gonna be problematic for punching through, right? You're gonna need to get
Definitely.
like
It's
the
going to
stompy
soak
deck
up a giant growth, which is really
needs
what
to
you want to
go
be.
wide. Yeah, right. Or which I guess like makes giant growth a removal spell in essence in this deck, which is interesting.
Yeah. And Drew goes straight to 12, exactly as he should. Like, there's no way against this dirtily rock list you're going to sit on your 20 life and have it matter at all.
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh, so interesting decision point here. So, my gut thing to do would be to toss this elephant guide on the Sky Shroud Elite and just crash in for 5. Yeah, and that's where he's
Mhm.
going with it. Um, because A, that's 5 damage coming out. That's not nothing. And then B, if it does get answered, you get to leave behind a 3/3, and then you still have your Fëanor Elves. Um, Phyrexian Rager is notably not Pernicious Deed.
It is not.
And this is something that Drew does need to be careful about is overextending into
Into deed,
mana
yeah.
and deed. Yeah, right now pretty he's gonna be pretty boned by a deed for 1. But it's not the end of the world. Next turn though, if like if Nate goes land, that could be very, very dangerous for him. So I think
He's just gotta, he's
Yeah.
gotta fade the deed and get the job done here.
Right, right, right. Yep. And okay, so Nate goes for the block. That makes me think he's got a deed there, unless he's just trying to preserve his life total.
Or just keeping his life total up doesn't like the
Yeah.
ball's not getting that much better, right?
Yep. Yep. Okay, another elite comes
Held
out.
off a turn of attacks and then gained 4 life.
Structure bears.
Not too
Okay,
bad.
I like this actually. So what happens here is if Nate does go for the deed for one, it's going to be like a 3 or 4 for 1, but it will leave Drew behind with a Spectral Bears, an Elephant token, and a Sylvan Library. And Spectral Bears has text, I think, against black creatures. I don't know what it is though. I think it like untaps. It doesn't untap unless your opponent is a black creature. So
His
Spectral
Elephant
Bears is actually
guys
just
are kind
straight
of
up
like
good.
protecting against the removal play is pretty
Yes.
spicy.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's quite good. Nate is spending a lot more time thinking than I think somebody would who had Pernicious Deed plus land.
It looks like there's no land, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
see. It's
That
under a lot
is,
of pressure.
yeah, he is. That's a lot of creatures on Drew's side. Another Wall Blossoms,
He's got
notably
the
not Pernicious
wall,
Deed. So he's facing down 3, 6,
got a
9,
land on
11
top,
damage. Oof.
presumably.
Yep, yep. I think that's what he hit. So I think really Nate's going to be looking for is to have some sort of 2 mana instant speed removal spell here, like a Smother or a Diabolic Edict, which I think is all that's available to him in this list.
Okay. Not taking 4 off of the library, just keeping 1 card.
Yeah, yeah. Nate can actually present threats now, so I get to understand Drew not wanting to take extra damage. All right, team
Crashing
crashes
in.
in. Yep. Okay.
I think. I mean,
And it
deed is
goes.
really the out at this point, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess you just need like a flood of removal back to back to back.
Yeah. Okay, so Smother
Oh, there's
comes
a
out for
smother.
that. Yep, that's pretty good. The Rager blocks. Yep. And then the Spectral Bear gets blocked. Yeah,
Elephant into play. Nice.
yep, yep. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if I can find Spectral Bears somewhere in here. I want to see what the text on that card is.
Let's see. Spectral Bears.
If it's declared as an attacker and the defending player controls no black cards, it does not untap during your next untap step. So the Spectral Bears will untap this turn because there was a black creature in play when Drew attacked.
Interesting.
Non-blue token permanents. Oh, I guess it does say card. Yeah, man, wild, wild.
Nate's done a good job keeping his life total pretty high despite all the
Mm-hmm.
attacks so far.
Mm-hmm. He takes out a Bounty of the Hunt, which is really nice for him. And drops a Ravenous Bailoff, which is going to do a lot
That's
to
a big boy.
slow down this board. Yeah. Not only does it block everything effectively, it also sacrifices gain 4 life, which is going to do a lot to alleviate that extra pressure that Drew's been putting him under.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Bounty of the Hunt, if you didn't know, is the green card in the pitch cycle side. Force of Will, Contagion puts counters +1/+1 counters on creatures.
temporary +1/+1 counters. It's such a weird card.
True.
Yeah, the counters go away at the end of the
Right.
turn.
Three counters distributed as you choose on any number of target creatures that get removed at end of turn.
Yeah, which is great for, messing with combat math and kind of turning things around. Ooh, I do not like the look. These rogue elephants do not look good right now. It's like looking, I'm like, oh boy, this is not where you want to be. Ooh, a Briar Shield. Briar Shield on that Spectral Bears is not nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it into a 4/4 that attacks every other turn.
You can tangle with Baloth. It's pretty
It
good.
certainly can. Where do you put it on the River Boa? Maybe no, it puts it on the Elite. Okay. Yeah, so Drew's got to play a little bit of a balancing act here where he spreads his damage around, but also makes it so that he's got like legitimate threats in play. So Nate's got some interesting blocks here. Man, combat. What a concept.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with this. The decks that I like to play
Ooh, good thing you
do a
described
good
Bounty in the
job
Hunt
of not
there.
having creatures play.
Yeah,
Ooh,
all right.
nice. Oh wow, really, really getting full value out of that.
Yeah. All right, so one on the elephant, one on the spectral bears. I'd probably put, yeah, and then one on the Sky Shadow Elite, yeah. Okay, so he sacks to gain 4 rather than kill the spectral bears, which I can understand, yeah, because you're it's not untapping next turn, so that's pretty sweet. And the Briar Shield is getting sacrificed, which I like to get some extra damage in, just to have one fewer card die to Pernicious Deed. And then
Mhm.
Drew's got these rogue elephants to rebuild after Deed, which I like.
Yeah, that's good follow up.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at my junk morph, not looking at my junk morph stack, but I'm thinking about this elephant guide, and it looks real good to me right
Oh,
now.
he found the deed,
Yep, he did.
popped it for 2.
And Riverboa notably
Got a regeneration
regenerates.
on.
Love it.
Wow.
Love it. So for those of you zoomers out there, regenerates an ability that lets you tap and remove all damage from a creature and remove it from combat if it were to die by activating its regenerate ability before it would die. And that's what happened there. Way back
And
in the
gets
day,
tapped.
you had to activate regeneration when the thing died. It was a whole big thing, but it's much simpler nowadays.
Also gets tapped if it wasn't tapped.
Nate's like, there's no way I have another deed. You can just toss out those elephants. And Drew tosses out the elephants.
I mean, he's
All right, how much of a
going
rude dude
for
is
it.
Nate? Is Nate a rude dude? Wall of
Got a
Roots.
wall.
Ooh, Valrash Stronghold is nice here. Get back the Ravenous Bailoff.
Bailoff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that holds the ground pretty well against some elephants.
Ooh,
Oh,
Recurring
recurring
Nightmare.
nightmare. Dang.
That is nightmarish. I would think get back the Wall of Roots or the Wall of Blossoms, get the trigger there, cast it, and then bring back the other one. But I guess that's good too. Yeah, just get a little extra value. But that's basically ends the turn with the Nightmare in play as was in hand,
Mhm.
which is sort of relevant versus this Druid Lyrist. Wow, this is much more of a game than I thought it was going to
Wrecking
be
ball.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, Nate really managed to stabilize here. It looks like, which is
Mm-hmm.
pretty scary for the Stompy side. Like especially
Yep.
when you just toss your 2 forests into the bin to try to end the game.
Yeah. Oh man, I think he's gonna get back Phyrexian Rager here. How ballsy is that when you've got 9 life versus this board? He's got to bring back the recurring nightmare this turn though, because I mean he can just loop Wall of Blossoms, I think. All right, and then the
Right, yeah, you can't just let it float out there and get taken out by
trades a
the
Bailoff for an elephant. I like that. Yep. Okay, then he just brings
recurring
back the
nightmare back in
Bailoff.
play.
Wow, that's
Because
a pretty good card.
vigilance Bailoff is pretty nuts.
Vigilance Bailoff that draws you a card for 3 mana. That's not bad. All right, Drew's got the land grant to get another basic.
Okay, now we can regenerate and use the wrist.
Yeah. Man, I feel like Nate is just like living the Rock dream right now. Like this is what the Rock wants to be doing. It wants to recur its threats. It wants to cycle through its Wall of
Hmm.
Blossoms.
Yeah,
Wants to
he's
hit that
like,
land drop. Yeah, there we
yeah.
go. Hit the land drop so he can cast Recurring Nightmare again. Although he doesn't want to cast it now unless he's going to use it right away, which it looks like he is. Okay. Does he get
Hmm.
back? Oh, no, it just cycles Wall of Blossoms. Yeah, that's pretty strong. That's pretty strong.
Hmm. Notably, because I believe the return is the cost. No real
Yes.
window there to blow it up with the
Yep.
Lyrist, right?
Yep, that is like 90% of the reason why it's banned in EDH is because there's just not a
Hmm.
lot of interaction points with how that card works. I believe they made a fixed version in Modern Horizons 3 that like when it enters, it generates energy counters. Boomers, just close your ears for the next minute or so.
Uh, I already shut down as soon as you said Modern
Fair
Horizons.
enough. So for those of you that are still listening, the energy counter trigger gives you a chance to respond to this fixed recurring nightmare with a disenchant, whereas actual recurring nightmare does not. And maybe I should put a little sign on screen that says, you can listen again. All right, so yeah, this is just gain some life. Yeah, no, I'm here for that. That seems pretty good. So he can play his nightmare, get back the Bailoff.
I'm just drawing cards, gaining
Yeah,
life, keeping blockers.
and then does he have like a
Ooh,
Blastoderm or
what's he got?
something? Yeah,
Yep.
nasty blasty.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, there's not a lot of 4 drops in this format that would be relevant for
That's
green to do right now. So
that's a monster.
yeah, though Okay, is this the giant
Oh, what
growth?
are you?
This is a spell shaper. I can't remember the name of it, but for 2 mana and tapping and discarding a card, you give your entire team +1/+1 and trample, which would have been super good like 2 turns ago, but we have multiple turns of Nate drawing a bunch of cards. Oh, and he just activates his treetops to go in. I think he smells blood.
Yeah,
Yep,
he's.
so
I
regenerates
mean,
there.
Drew's down to 8. It's a tight spot.
This is trample. Yep, they have trample, Drew. Yep, so you got a block there, block there. Take 3, regenerate. Yep. And then trample
Down to
over.
1.
Oof, yeah, strong. Okay, so he just took the bailout and thing. Yeah, he can't afford to give up too much of his board, especially when he has this mini overrun spell shaper in play. All right. Well, yeah, like we said
Wow,
earlier, Nate turned the
this
corner
match
pretty
was
well.
really, yeah, well navigated by Nate there. Like
Mm-hmm.
making the right blocks the right time to keep his life total high enough to draw the answers.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That was a sweet game. That was really cool. All right,
Yeah,
so we're gonna head to
it was
game
well played.
2. This is not great, where we have a mull to 6 for Drew.
Hmm.
Apparently, we lost our game counter. I forgot to like edit it in or something. I'll have to remember to do that later.
You know, this is what happens
Oh,
when
no, I
you're
think I took it off. I think I cut it at the wrong spot, and we just ended up with the
it's
thing.
fine.
Yeah,
That's what
I got
happens
there.
when your producer is so crazy, you know?
I know, and such a professional that you know. All right, so yeah, the mulligan here is really, as I was saying, was really rough for Drew because that Stompy deck really needs every card to maximize its damage.
I mean, it seems like the kind of deck that is gonna mulligan quite a bit. Like you only have those 10 initial mana.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's just not gonna be there.
yeah. Well, he's got the land grant, so
I guess you
all
have the
right.
land grant.
So what does he go for here? I'm guessing a spectral bear. Yeah, just use the mana more efficiently. That Winter Orb could cause some really big problems for Nate. This rock deck
Mhm.
wants to cast a lot of 4 mana things, and Winter Orb definitely slows that down a lot.
Yeah, working up to that's gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Cabal
must
therapy.
use
Oh, good
therapy to
call.
no.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Very nice.
point to the winter orb.
Nate is not happy with that Winter Orb. He is very glad to see that gone. I'm really digging
Land
the
grant making cabal therapy look real good.
it really is, yeah. I was say I'm really digging the expressiveness of the players with just their hands. That's pretty great.
Well, well, empty hand on the Stompy side. This is just got to be good enough. See if it is.
Yeah. That's a lot of damage on the board.
There comes a wall.
Okay, yep, yep, yep. Walls. I mean, this is pretty much where you want to be as Nate. Like you want to play a wall, get some discard in. Um
Respect Drew like fixing the tap direction of his creature.
I was gonna complain about it, but I had faith that he would fix it, and he did. So my faith was rewarded.
Incredible. Drew's a great player.
Oh no, he's tapping him that way to show that they don't untap with his untap step.
Wow.
Very
Wow.
clever. I like that. I like that. Okay, okay.
True genius.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Drew and Nate, in addition to being really great guys, are also very, very sharp players. Man, so that's a lot of damage coming out. So Nate could turn the corner here again with Pernicious Deed, or just dropping a 4 mana 5/5. Or oh, okay. So I guess he's
Oh,
holding back the
no,
treetop to block.
no 4-drop, no wall.
Yeah, but he's got the treetop to block with, so I think that's what he's going for there. The treetop trading for
Yeah,
that
that
rogue
or you
elephant would be pretty good.
might have some amount of spot removal in hand.
Also possible, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that he's going to blocks does make me think he has a smother or something here.
He's got a full grip.
Hmm.
You can't have nothing.
Yeah, no, he's got something. Okay, so he's activating treetop. Oh, this is actually pretty sweet. So you can activate treetop, block,
Ooh,
and
block and
then use
then
it for
remove.
mana. Yeah,
Yeah, I like it's a good play.
which he's gonna do. Yeah, smother that elephant. Yeah.
Maximum efficiency there.
Can you
Well,
imagine the amount of material you need to smother an elephant? Like they're big. That is not an easy thing
that
to
is
smother.
That is impressive. That's true.
Yeah. Another Lyrist. And the Rancor comes out on the about to untap Spectral Bearers. And moving into the turn, Nate continues to check his phone. Almost like he has responsibilities as an adult that he has to deal with. So yeah, it is. It is. Nate has a lot of really good draws here. He's got Ravenous Bailoff. He's got Blastoderm. Really his worst draw is like Recurring Nightmare, oddly enough, because there's just nothing to use with it.
He doesn't have any creatures in the yard yet.
But yeah.
He's got a full grip. He's got the wall and it's like he.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Goes for the Bailoff. Yep.
His creatures are just too big for this Stompy deck to punch through.
Yeah. A lot of Drew's creatures were printed in the era before creatures started to get good. So like, you have Spectral Bears and Rogue Elephants, and then Nate's playing of the era where creatures started to get good, where you have creatures that are really above rate for the time, which is like Ravenous Bailoffs and
like
Blastoderms.
4/4 with text.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas your 3/3s have very, very bad text. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. So not to nitpick, I think I would like the Rancor more on the Druid here, just to kind of spread your damage around a little bit. Because this way you nice dress misses. You're getting in 3 no matter what, or you're trading with a Treetop Village no matter what.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
And I think that will probably, yeah. Nate's got a good draw there, and we need a good draw from Drew to try and lock this up. Nate's only at 6. Oh, he hits a land grant. Nate is excited.
That's tough. Yeah.
The 10-land Stompy deck now has as many lands in play as the Rock. Crashes in for 5, blocks, and trades. Yep, not bad. And now it moves over to the Drillers. All right, that Drillers is very angry. It wants to destroy an enchantment so bad, but it's like looking at that Retarded Nightmare. He's like, I just can't. Me too, but I can't.
Full Rust Stronghold again.
That's a one of.
Let's see. He can activate Treetop if he needs to.
Ooh, Plague Bearer. I forgot that was in there.
Nice.
That's deadly. That is actually the one and only Plague Bearer up until recently I've ever owned, which is Portuguese. I don't know why it's Portuguese. I don't know why I opted for Portuguese over anything else, but I think it's just what I found.
I mean, that's how you roll.
I guess so. Yeah, Plague Bearer eats it.
That's gonna be tough. There's really no way to remove this outside of combat. I'm looking all but locked up here.
Yep. Why did you just have him take his second damage? Okay, there we go. Oh. Drew had Nate take the damage. Ooh. Riverboa can get there. Okay. That is a thing that is very not easy for Plague Bearer to deal with, but we've got Recurring Nightmare and Terrain Hermit going. This is very, very tough for Drew to come out of.
Yeah, I mean, he might not be able to Plague Bearer kill the Riverboa, but I mean, you can definitely keep it locked down.
Definitely, yeah. For a mere 5 mana.
You just destroy it before combat. If you regenerate, attack, it just can't get in.
Yeah. So Nate's going to represent the billions of squirrels that he has. I would say he gets back like Bailoff here. Just in case. Give yourself that little extra life boost. Swings in with the squirrels. Okay, yeah. It's fine, yeah. Oh yeah, he's pointing out that he missed the Plague Bearer damage from earlier. Yeah. Which very much could be relevant. I think Nate might have missed on his side of the phone that he's at 1 less life than he should be, but it's okay. The Briar Shield. Ooh, that is a big boa. Unfortunately, there are 8 power and toughness worth of squirrels to chew through.
Oh, another wow.
And Drew's drew on half of his lands. Yep.
Jeez.
I think you just throw all the squirrels in front of it. So this match was played before the new combat rule damage came into effect. So you can't do the shenanigans like you can now, or just with the whatever it's like 6 or 7 damage the boa can do. You can't just like toss it onto the deranged hermit should he block with everything, and then toss the rest of
Mm,
it willy nilly onto the squirrels. In this case,
mm.
he's only able to kill like 2 squirrels, but he should be able to just kill all of them. Oh, I guess he just had to damage kill all of them. And Drew scoops it up, yeah, which makes sense.
Scoops
Makes
up.
sense. Man, what a
No,
match!
that's an interesting one. Yeah, just wild how much pressure put out so early, but
Mm-hmm.
Nate able to hang on and
And eventually
these
turn
big
the
old
corner. Yeah,
monsters
yeah, very cool.
and being able to recur those big old monsters again.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching. Apologies for our audio issues. I think we had issues with my internet not, recording everything perfectly from all of us. But that's okay. That's okay. We got there. Um, any final thoughts, Ben, before we move out?
No, it seemed like a bit of a that's the way you draw it up from the rock side point of view.
Yeah, both decks
Um,
really played their game plan that they wanted to, and unfortunately, part of the game plan for Nate on against Drew is just killing all this stuff. So that made things much more challenging. But all right, everybody. For Ben and myself, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.